Hello and welcome to game 2 of the WDFC or WFDC. It's one of the two, and again, I still don't know, but it'll be in the title correctly for sure. Whatever's in the title, that will be what it is. But game 2 between Lucifer, spawning as the undead in the top right, allied with Nicker, spawning as the elf in the bottom right, versus 9527, spawning as the orc in the bottom left, versus and allied with Daxi, spawning as the elf in the top left. Whew, I've got to get better at left and right. I keep having to look down at making the two L's on my hand and looking down and going, okay, which way is which? But it's difficult. It is. It takes a lot of practice. But anyway, we do see, of course, the standard fiend build from Lucifer. And we do see, it looks like it's going to be hunts from Nicker. From Daxi, it looks like we're also going to be seeing hunts. And from 9527, we're seeing the Grunt and Blade Master build is what it looks like. He's going to be doing an early shop, however, with a later barracks, which means it's going to give him ability to either go harass with some items with some staying power, or you might decide to go for a shop creep right here, or this shop right there, and get the tomes from those items, from those shops, which is not a bad choice either. We do see, of course, this is Nicker's Demon Hunter running around over here, doing what he can do, and we do see the Blade Master coming over here with double healing salves, and this is the Demon Hunter coming on here. And it looks like he's going to go ahead and at least sell his TP and grab a circlet. In fact, he does not sell his TP, and it's actually a good idea. Oh, I say that, but he sells his TP, in fact. I don't think it would be a terrible idea to keep your TP in a 2v2, where you're going to end up with a lot of things. You just see that Demon Hunter he's trying so hard to get in there, and he's like, and the Ogre Mages are just like, no. But he does manage to grab a dust and manage to dust the Blade Master, get a mana burn off as he runs away. And this is good. It prevents the Blade Master from pretty much breaking Windwalk and healing salving pretty much immediately. Here we do see Daxi's Demon Hunter doing what he wants to do right there and going in for the harass onto the counter harass of that Demon Hunter as well. And here we do see the Blade Master from 9527 coming on over here after he has that healing salve, pretty much wanting to harass the Lucifer unfiends a little bit there if he can. Lucifer going back into his base just a little bit, maybe to pick up some skeletons or something. We'll see what happens. And we do see, it looks like this was Nicker's Demon Hunter using his dust on, and it did hit, in fact, 9527's Blade Master, and he's going to go ahead and creep out. It looks like one of these, maybe even both of those green camp right there. So here we do see Lucifer's skeletons coming in here, basically doing a little bit of harass on Daxi's wisps, forcing them to run away. And here we do see, this is Lucifer's Demon Hunter. In fact, he goes ahead and coils one of those wisps, which however does detonate, so no experience for Lucifer from that wisp. However, Daxi did manage to pick up 12 from that skeleton that he killed with the detonate. So here we do see a lot of mana burns going off onto Lucifer. He might just end up coiling just the Demon Hunter and nothing at all, but just to go ahead and not lose as much mana or life from this next mana burn that's going to be coming probably very soon. However, he actually, Nicker comes in here and mana burns Daxi, which prevents him from having enough mana to get another mana burn off. Here we see, riding just down here, you actually see a double mana burn going off on both players, and which means that neither one of them got to get the full amount of mana off because they were both just sitting over the mana required to do that, in fact. It looks like, I'm not really sure what happened there. We did see the Null Overseer coming over there from this one. It looks like maybe they were crept a little bit, but the Demon Hunter wasn't, or the Blade Master was in fact right there, creeping out those greens. So here we do see Lucifer deciding, you know what, I want this, I'm going to take it. And here is, of course, this is on their side of the map, this is Nicker. Here is the Blade Master saying, I want it, so I'm going to take it. He in fact does manage to take it. However, he does not have enough mana to Windwalk out of here, so he's going to have to run away very frantically. I don't think he did not get the item. Let's see, who got the item? It looks like maybe Nicker got the item. Nicker got the item. It was a Ring of Protection. Here we do see that Demon Hunter coming in. Over here we do see that this actually is a single AOW hunts build, which allows for very early tech. If we look back over here to Nicker, he's doing the exact same thing. Last game, I believe we saw Nicker doing the double hunts, but I do believe we did see Daxi doing the single AOW tech build that we do see right here as well. So here we do see 9527 creeping out Lucifer's natural null camp right there. And if we look down here, we can see this is Nicker coming in here to harass a little bit on Daxi while he tries to creep out his natural nulls, who just goes invisible in shadow modes while he's creeping those, and not really too concerned about it. He runs away a little bit more, not a big deal. Here we can see Lucifer over here creeping out his Goblin Laboratory, which can provide him with a wonderful tome of experience, but it definitely gives him quite a bit of experience regardless, because this is a very nice orange camp creep, and it's very easy to creep out. Not as easy for the undead, because the first 2 targets you normally kill the mud golem, which you kill because it casts slow on your army, and then the rock golem because it does a lot of damage. It has the throw rock, which stuns and deals extra damage. Neither one of those can be used to make skeleton warriors, so a little bit harder for the undead to creep that out, but than other camps usually, but not that bad either. And we do see him actually going ahead and scouting with one of those skeleton warriors. I'm not sure. Let's see. It comes down this way. Here we do see 9527 creeping out the Lucifer and Nicker's what's it called shop. I'm not really. Let's see. Goblin merchant shop, and now coming down here to creep out theirs, perhaps getting a Sobi mask, which is a very good item. It's very good to deny that, because that would have gone straight to the demon, to the Death Knight, had he gone ahead and creeped that out. Here we see the Shadow Hunter coming out and getting a hex off on one of these creeps just to take a little bit less damage from the creep, and we do see, in fact, 5 grunts. They need to have a good army early on, so because last game they kind of got a big tier 2 push and they weren't able to stop it. This time they're being a little bit more weary of that, getting a little bit of a stronger army. Just in case they do need to deal with a push. However, getting a lot more harassed, so also not as concerning. They do have Daxi picking up a Naga second. He did do something down here. I'm not sure what he did. We can see that we do see a pretty big army again from Lucifer and Nicker at tier 2.
Forces are under attack.
Yeah, it's a lot to say, some of these things. But anyway, come down here. I think I just saw, yeah, here's the Lucifer's Death Knight sitting right outside. And you can see it's about a screen to stay out of the experience range. And he just doesn't want to leech any experience because he's already level 3 and he wants to get this Demon Hunter experience as well. That one was close enough to actually leech experience, however. So, like I said, it's about a screen. It's about like this far, maybe a little bit farther than that to maybe like that much farther than if this explanation is terrible. It's a little bit over a screen that you have to be away from the creep as it dies to not be within the local experience range. There's 2 ranges for experience, the local and the global. If you're in the global range, then that means there's no heroes in the local range of the creep when it dies, and then every hero in the global range gets the experience split. And the same thing works with the local range. If there's 2 heroes in it, then they split it, and if there's only 1 hero in the local range, then it gets the full benefit of the experience. So that's how that works. Here we do see Lucifer over here attacking this Ancient of the War from Daxi, and we do see over here Daxi doing whatever Daxi's doing. Looks like we might have a bit of a push going in right up here. We do see from 9527 he's coming in here to sandwich in this army. This is a pretty good bottleneck to have them in with grunts. Get your grunts right in here. You have hunts over here. Daxi trying to not take too much of a fight here while he's waiting on this orc to get here. Is going to lose a shot for sure. There's not a lot they can do about that, but here comes the orc's army. And this Demon Hunter from Nicker actually very low on HP, down to 65 life, having to use an Invul Potion, and very low on life indeed. But he did get a healing wave or healing scroll or something to get out of there, forcing a TP when the Blade Master opened up on the Demon Hunter. He's TPing away as well as Lucifer TPing away at the same time, both of them getting out of here. So that was a good hold by 9527 and Daxi. You can see that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, still at 5 grunts, as you can see, or 6 grunts in fact. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 grunts in fact. Doing that just because, again, I think they were worried about that big tier 2 push from all these fiends, where the fiends are very strong at tier 2 going into that push. We do see even more fiends coming out and a slaughterhouse. This is still a tier 2, so Lucifer is still sitting on tier 2, just doing whatever he can at tier 2 to really maximize the amount of map control they have right here. In fact, we're going to see Nicker throw down an expansion, and Nicker's going to creep this right here out, which is his Goblin Laboratory. It does have a level 3 Demon Hunter and a level 2 Priestess of the Moon, and that's really nice to have. And we do see a bunch of Dryads. These are really nice to have, these units. The Demon Hunter, of course, very tanky, but also a very high DPS hero. The Priest of the Moon, very high DPS hero, and also is very beneficial to having to those Fiends, which are ranged, the Dryads, which are ranged, all benefiting from the True Shot Aura. And it looks like the Huntresses also benefit from the True Shot Aura, despite having the damage be a normal type. It's actually still ranged and counts as True Shot Aura. So very nice synergy there with that Priestess of the Moon having that True Shot Aura. And here we can see the Blade Master actually coming here with only 74 mana, almost getting mana burned actually. If he had been mana burned, he would have been unable to Windwalk away, which would not have been good for him at all. Here we see Lucifer coming down here after they saw that army. They're thinking, well, maybe we can get a little bit of a push off here and maybe a little bit of a fight off, I mean, here, and just attack them and see what we can do. And it looks like that's what we're seeing happen here. We do see an opening mana burn onto Daxi's Demon Hunter, who's not level 3 yet. He's only level 2, so when he counter mana burns, you only take out 50 mana of Nicker's, while Nicker took out 100 of his mana, only taking 50 mana off on that Lich as well. We do see this fight going on, a very intense fight. We do see A low HP Shadowhunter being coiled, just a little bit of damage, focusing down on him. He does Healing Wave and Healing Scroll to be just fine. This Demon Hunter is as well from Nicker, taking quite a bit of damage, running back behind into the back of the base of, or back of the fight, back of the enemy lines there behind Daxi's and 9527's army. And we do see the Demon Hunter from Daxi taking quite a bit of damage as well from a Coil Nova. Another Fiend dropping. And we do see a lot of fighting going off here. We do see this something being staffed. I'm not entirely sure what it was. Perhaps the Priestess of the Moon. We see the Lich taking a lot of damage here. Lucifer and Nicker doing not really winning this fight here. We do see the Demon Hunter from Daxi dying, but also the Lich from Lucifer went down as well. And we do see this Lucifer statue is taking quite a bit of focus fire, and in fact, it looks like they've lost the fight. They are retreating, and they are on the chase. Daxi is chasing Nicker's army right there, and in fact, he's going to be able to pick off their Ancient of War. It looks like pretty easily. Lucifer is not here in this fight, and it's going to be 2-on-1 if Nicker does in fact take this fight, and he's going to go ahead and have ensnared a Dryad, which means he's not going to be able to keep it alive if he has to run away, and yet another Dryad is being ensnared, so now he's going to have to take this fight just a little bit, doing what he can to try to maximize the loss from being ensnared right there, but he is just going to have to lose both of those Dryads, and he's probably going to lose his shop right here. There's really not a lot he can do. He's waiting on Lucifer to get over here. If we look over here, we can see Lucifer is actually beginning to TP. Don't even get another shop up there outside of the range of the fight, and here is Lucifer. They're going to be pretty good if they're behind these buildings, but in fact, 9527 and Daxi deciding it's a good idea to just run away at this point, and they are both retreating. So from Lucifer's and Nicker's army, not really wanting to fight them at nighttime in a Night Elf base where they will have moonwells and defensive trees. So that's good. Lucifer and Nicker, they did lose that fight, but as you can see, they actually happen to have an expansion, so it's not too bad because the expansion from 9527 is the only one that is on their side of the team, and it's not finished yet. It's still just started. So versus this one, which has been up for a little bit, as you can see, if you look, you can tell that these have 12,500 gold starting, and this one's down to to under 11k. So it's been up for at least 1.5k, so it's definitely paid off. And we can see that this is 9527 deciding I'm going to come up here and creep this, as well as Daxi coming in as well. So it's just a little bit of team play, lots of team play actually. Yeah, you see lots of potions of healings going off or being bought and carried around for Nicker's heroes. And he had a couple in that fight down there, and he used them to good efficiency. We can see that this is where there's actually one on the Lich as well, and perhaps not one on the Death Knight. However, these are very useful items to have in these long fights, because if your hero is taking focus fire from as many units as they can take focus fire from, and you can't really have all that many Invul potions because there's only 2 shops, both of which are very good. Vol potions, of course, are better, but they're on that limited cooldown, so you have to deal with that. Healing potions also on a limited cooldown, but they are more available, so you can use those more often. That's why we probably are seeing so many that we are seeing. In fact, here we see Daxi coming in here with a healing potion. One of the Invul pots is on the Blade Master. It's level 5, which is a very, very powerful level for that Blade Master. It looks like, man, I heard a dust coming on over here, but missed the units. Didn't actually hit anything. It hit this Dryad. Not very useful to have it on a Dryad. But yeah, so not really the greatest dust usage. Just trying to find that Blade Master, just in case the Blade Master was being a little cocky. We can see him coming over here, maybe trying to pick up a Invul potion. In fact, he does. Go ahead and get that. We probably will see maybe some healing scrolls as well. Maybe no. It doesn't look like we're going to see a healing scroll. Here we do see that the Blade Master is coming over here. I don't think there's a dust on the Lich or the Death Knight. There is not one. This might not have a dust anymore, but we'll see. It does actually. It looks like he picked up a healing scroll right there. I'm not sure. Here comes Nicker into this base, into this expansion, to go ahead and do a little bit for her ass and try to take it out right before it finishes building. Looks like he's going to be able to do so, which is a good thing, because otherwise it would have been very hard to kill, because Dryads don't really do a lot to fortified armor. However, when a building is going up, they can still do plenty. But of course, Lucifer wasn't all that far away, who would have been able to handle picking that off pretty easily. Of course, they would have had to worry about taking a fight at that point, because they would have been able to have TPs used, so it's good for them to go ahead and have that taken down before. Here we see Daxi's expansion almost going up as well, almost finished. And here is 9527 going ahead and throwing down a burrow. This is good because if Nicker wanted to come in here and put an expansion right behind this gold mine, he wouldn't be able to really do that with that burrow right there. And it's also good because it'll be a little bit, and we can actually see there's a wisp from Nicker. I don't think he came in to do anything other than scout, but with this burrow, once that burrow finishes, he'll be able to just mount it up and kill the wisp. And it's going to force Daxi or Nicker to choose yet another position for his wisp to scout with. Over here we can see some skeletons from Lucifer coming in to do a little bit of damage to Nicker, to Daxi's expansion, and Nicker going ahead and throwing down an ancient protector. This is going to be able to hit this entangled gold mine, so that's going to be doing a lot of harass. And we are actually, I'm sorry, I'm missing a fight over here. We have this fight going off between them, a very big fight. This is the big fights that we get in 2v2s, and as you can see, there's just so much stuff going on right here. The Fiend line and the Dryad line from Lucifer and Nicker just kind of making a nice large arc and doing what they can against these melee units. Of course, Lucifer does have an A-bomb out, 2 A-bombs in fact, taking a lot of damage. Not really going to be able to micro those away. Down here you can see that Nicker's something almost died and his Demon Hunter very low. Over here we can see Lucifer not really doing all that well in this fight. Trying to kill this Demon Hunter, really not taking all that much damage from the nukes that he's throwing that way. Lucifer's army is taking quite a bit of damage. It's very ragtag at this point. He's going to lose yet another Fiend, and he's going to force the TP out. Over here we can see that Nicker not doing too well again with his Demon Hunter, also very low. Picking off units where he can. His Priestess of the Moon is probably going to die right here. That's 252 damage criticals from the Blade Master. Actually, the Priestess of the Moon was able to get away and live long enough to be TP'd away and TP'd out. Here we do see Nicker's tower doing some damage to this gold mine. Really not doing all that much by itself, but it's going to be a thorn in Daxi's side while that's there. Here we do see, of course, Nicker right there. Not having to worry about that with his expansion. Here we do see Nicker trying to hold this off, which is just right now, it's just an elf versus elf fight. Nicker can do a lot better there, but he's still taking way too much damage on his Demon Hunter, actually having to run all the way back away, getting blocked a little bit by Lucifer's TP, in fact, but making room and then getting to the Moonwells. And now with Lucifer here, they will be able to hold this off, no problem, but the Orc 9527 is actually coming in as well. We do actually see a lot of focus fire down immediately on Daxi's Demon Hunter, which does go down immediately. The Naga Sea, which also taking quite a bit of damage, also going to go ahead and die, but 9527 is sitting there in the back just wailing onto Lucifer's Fiends. So what is going to happen? I'm not sure. The Demon Hunter of Nicker taking quite a bit of damage, running away from these Dryads, and now you can see that this Blade Master just eating units alive, doing 220 damage criticals very often. Very scary unit right there. And we do see Mercs as well in play from 9527, murdering these Fiends. But now they are finally beginning to actually target this, and they are targeting down the Blade Master, who got very low, but he did get a healing wave off. The Blade Master has been dusted, so they can do quite a bit of damage. He does still have a healing scroll and an info potion, taking a whole bunch of damage. It actually dives despite having the healing potion or the healing scroll and the info potion. Not good for him. He took so much damage almost immediately. The Death Knight also taking a whole bunch of damage, but using an Invo Potion to run away with, using some Coil Nova Focus to kill one of the Raiders, and still running away. They would not be in a bad spot to go ahead and kill the second Raider. That would be very good. In fact, he tries to, but he doesn't quite get it off, and one of the Crypt Fiends does get ensnared, is going to die to a little bit of damage over here from this army. The Raider is not going to die, is going to run away, and the rest of Lucifer's army is going to be just okay. But over here we do see Nicker just trying to rebuild his army, trying to do what he can to get items. He needs proper items. He's got 2 healing potions on his Priestess of the Moon, and he's like, okay, is he going to try to take this fight? I don't know. He's going to run away from this fight. As you can see, there's still a Raider up, which means if he does not kill that Raider, if he cannot actually win that fight, then he would lose at least 1 unit for sure. The Blade Master is back on the field. It's been Tavern revived, as you can tell. Doesn't have any mana, and is half HP, and that's what you expect from a Tavern revive. Here we do see one of the Priests of the Moon being staffed out right before it gets ensnared, as that Raider began to look at it funny. Lucifer coming in here behind the Orc, and the Death Knight really not having a lot of HP, getting caught in a bad spot. If he does not TP out right here, he could die from a Hex. But he does go ahead and immediately TP out, which means Nicker has to run away as well. One of the Fiends dies. I don't think they lost anything, so I think that was a nice move by 9527 and Daxi. This is a very close game. I'm not sure who's going to win this. Daxi and 9527 might just be in the lead, and with that Demon Hunter, or with that Blade Master being level 6 and just having absolutely insane amount of power, I think they might even be in the advantageous position here. Of course, it's free to repair this gold mine, so Daxi has been able to keep this gold mine alive pretty easily against this Ancient Protector harass, but it's been doing so much damage that it's just time for them to say, you know what, we're going to pick this off, because frankly it's a pain in my butt. So Daxi not happy about this, going ahead and picking it off, doing what he can do. Not going to lose any units probably because, of course, you can micro very easily against a single tower. It's not very hard, and so we do see that happening. And when you see over here that Nicker is coming up here just to look and scout right up here to make sure there's not yet another expansion coming up. We do have, of course, the scout acolytes, or the scout wisps still down here, checking out 9527's peon right here. I'm not sure why he isn't attacking that wisp, but just to, you know, get it to run away or to kill it or something, but he's not. Just kind of looking at it like, what's this? Is that a wisp? I don't know. I don't know what that's all about, but yeah, that's what's going on down there. And we do see this is Daxi's army coming up here, buying more mercenary units. Mercenary units have been pretty good and pretty pivotal in this game. We do see actually two sappers from Nicker coming in here to pick off these gold mines, to pick off these moonwells, and to pick off things. So 3 moonwells are dead just very, very quickly from those 2 snipers. We do see a meat wagon from Lucifer as well, which will be very good against the dryads that are going to be over here. These dryads will take quite a bit of damage from the meat wagon. It'll probably be picked off maybe by the blade masters. I mean, here we do see the blade master actually going ahead and doing that, so killing that meat wagon very quickly again. The blade master taking quite a bit of damage. Still has a Volpot and a healing scroll. He is immediately using his blade storm just right in the middle to cause a lot of havoc, taking a lot of focus. There's not a lot he can do while he's in blade storm. Just go ahead and use his healing scroll, gets coiled but in Volpot to dodge it. The Lich taking quite a bit of damage. The Lich goes down to some crazy, absolute crazy 270 damage critical strikes, and it looks like I don't know. I think I saw someone say G, but I don't know if that was a good game, if someone's calling a good game or not. Blade Master goes down, the Priest of the Moon is down, and I think the Demon, the Lich, I know the Lich died, and so I think that's maybe all that we saw die. That's a lot of death right there. Very close game. I don't know who's winning, and I don't know if someone just conceded or not. If someone is going to concede in this match, I do believe it would be Lucifer and Nicker at this point. I just don't know. It's very, very close. Here we do see yet another one of Nicker's towers being very annoying, and it might have been that CG. It might be what I saw. It might have been from one of the observer chats. I'm not sure. That's probably more likely. I can't imagine that a professional player would call GG and then not leave the game. That would be very bad manner. But here we do see Nicker coming over here with his Demon Hunter and army just to kill this peon and to finish off that Orc Burrow and this peasant, in fact. This peon, in fact. Here we do see the 9527's army coming in here, and here is Plague Cloud. Here is Plague Cloud, Disease Cloud, whatever it's called, doing pretty nice. Just nice to have that on these units after that fight. They're not really healing up, and that's the nice thing. In fact, I think they're losing HP at a nice, decent rate, as you can see, which is nice to have for Nicker and Lucifer. But man, whew, they are not in that great a position without that Lich out and without the Priestess of the Moon. Could they hold this off? It looks like they're going to go ahead and have Daxi just run away for some reason. Here we see 9527 trying to take a page out of Nicker's book, throwing down a watchtower right here at Nicker's expansion. However, this has been up for so long. Even if it dies, it's not going to be a huge deal. But, of course, the big issue is if it did die, you know, then that would be really unfortunate because that is their only gold supply at this point. So they really don't want to lose that, but it has been very, very beneficial nonetheless. Here we can see over here, Daxi, it looks like he might be throwing down yet another expansion. He does have this one running as well. So Lucifer and Nicker sitting on about 4,000 more gold than Daxi and 9527, but 9527 and Daxi definitely are probably in the lead right here. We do see a Demon Hunter charging in right up here into this fight. What's going to happen? I don't know. I don't think we do see the Blade Master out yet. He's almost out. So they're just basically sitting there at that tavern waiting, and they're not really wanting to take a fight without that Blade Master because he does so much damage. But this could be it. This could be the last fight. I'm not sure. This is going to be a very big fight, and if this goes down, I don't know what's going to happen at this point. We do see the tower. It's actually finished, and here we can see these are units just running in to be fodder. These acolytes. Let's see. Lots going on right here. These meat wagons immediately being targeted by that Blade Master. Of course, they do so much damage. The Blade Master taking quite a bit of damage. This time, the Blade Master has no way out. He does not have a Wind Walking. He does not have an Invoke Potion or anything like that. He does actually get down. He gets picked off, immediately getting picked off. It's very, very good for Nicker and Lucifer that could be the difference. The Demon Hunter from Daxi also dying. Lucifer and Nicker really controlling this fight right here, not having any problems with the Dakota Beast trying to come in here and eat the A-bomb, and he does get it off. Here we do see a lot of these units going down. This Priest of the Moon has no way to get out of here. We do see the actual level 6 being the going off on the Death Knight using the Animate Undead, which allows him to have a whole bunch of invulnerable undead units, or invulnerable units that have been revived from the dead. To more accurately put, this Abomination running away with that Dakota Beast. The rest of 9527's army being picked off as it runs away. The Naga going down at level 5. This is very likely to be a good game. As you can see, so many units, and Nicker and Lucifer really just coming back from being way behind, honestly, in this game, and just doing what they can do to kill units. Very nice, very nicely done. Here we do see Nicker coming up here, and I believe he's going to buy something. He buys a healing scroll and a invul potion. Here we do see there is still the Shadow Hunter out at level 6, which has a very powerful level 6 in these huge fights. Of course, the big issue with them is that because if you don't know what it does, is it provides an aura, which every unit in that aura becomes invulnerable, which means that you have to focus down the Shadow Hunter. The problem is it really comes down to positioning. When can you use it? Because if your Shadow Hunter can take focus, then it will die very quickly. But if you can get it into a position where you cannot get to the Shadow Hunter to attack it, then it's a very powerful ultimate indeed. And here we do see another little bit of skirmish coming off. Daxi using these Dryads, saying, you know what, you need to get away from my units. But as soon as they start taking damage, they have to run away, because they really can't win this fight. They can just, all they can do is just harass and try to prolong this game as long as they can. Of course, we do see this Watchtower not really able to do too much other than to force a Wisp to repair, but that is resources, and that is what they need. This is a very resource-intensive game. Here we do see Nicker actually deciding to come down here, despite the fact that 9527 had a claim on this gold mine for such a long time, and Nicker decided, you know what, this is my gold mine, and I'm going to take it. Here we do see these two meat wagons being very useful in picking off these buildings very quickly. And here we do see Daxi's second expansion, soon to be his only expansion, finally going up, and the Wisp are going inside of it. So here we do see the Demon Hunter and the Naga on their way back out, and the Blade Master finally starting to get revived just shortly ago. Had to wait on the resources to revive it, I'm sure. Very expensive to revive a level 6 hero, but it's a very powerful hero, so if that altar goes down before it comes out, it's very unlikely that they'll be able to see him in play again, because it's very expensive to revive him from a tavern at that point. And in fact, it looks like that altar is going to start taking focus fire, so it's not likely that he will come out from there. If we look back over here, we can see a little bit of a fight between Lucifer and Daxi and 9527 right here. The Death Knight is hexed, and there's nothing he can do really to keep it alive except run away. Those Dryads able to slow it down, but a level 2 aura very much enough to get them out of this fight. However, yet another hex going off from this very fast Shadow Hunter, and we can actually see the Shadow Hunter looks like he might go down to the Lich, but also this Demon Hunter, this Death Knight running away with only 6 life. The Death Knight goes down as well as the Shadow Hunter. Is the Lich going to die as well? The Lich is going to die. There's no way out for him. He's got Mud Golem slow as well as Dryad slow poison. Very unfortunate. Lucifer just lost both of his heroes, as well as Shadow Hunter going down. So even though the Blade Master's not in the fight, I don't even know what's going on in this game anymore. Holy crap. We do see the Death Knight actually being tavern revived, but is it going to have enough to revive the Lich as well? Not quite yet. Is he going to do it from the altar? In fact, he's going to do it from the altar. The Blade Master actually coming out from the tavern, using the resources probably gathered from this expansion. So this is very... Wow, this is... I thought the game was over for sure, but no, it's not. I had to have some water there. But this is quite havoc. We do see these meat wagons running away. Is that Blade Master going to be able to find those wagons and kill them? That's the question. If they go down, that's not going to be good for Lucifer. They're really not in that great of a position at this point. They do, of course, have the double expansions, but what is that going to do? At this point, they really can't keep this alive, can they? They might be able to come in right now before the Blade Master gets back over here and pick off a bunch of Dryads. That would be really good for them, really powerful, but... Oh, they're level 6. Daxi's level 6. Demon Hunter is level 6. It uses Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis, very powerful unit to have. In fact, Lucifer picking up a Naga Sea Witch at this point. Need to load game. Got dropped. I'm not really sure what just happened there. I'm not. Hold on. Let me. Hold on. Is Black Sheep? Is Nicker still in the game? It says Nicker left, but they do have a save file from a while ago, so I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know. We're just gonna unpause this game. I'm not sure what just went to happen, but It looks like they're trying to come up with another host, and this fight going on right here. Actually, Lucifer using that level 6 actually to counteract the Illidan. Very, very interesting. You don't normally see that happening, and it looks like he's going to be able to, actually, he might be able to kill this thing, but it does have a teleport scroll, so it's probably just going to TP away, and it does, in fact, TP away. Here we do see this running away, chasing off this army as he can. I don't think Nicker is in this game. I believe this is just Lucifer microing everything right here at this point, because it looks like that. It could be the fact that Nicker could be in this game. It could be something weird with the way Warcraft 3 does games from a save file, but I don't think so, because otherwise I don't think we would have just seen all that text. I think if we saw the save file load, we would have just seen a different thing that you already see going on, or load save, and it looks like they're just going to go on to finish this game. I'm not very ballsy by Lucifer to go ahead and do this, but of course Lucifer is one of the best players in the world, if not the best player in the world, saying, you know what, screw it, I'm going to just play both players on my team against these two very good players, Daxi and 9527. It looks like that is in fact the decision he is going to make. In fact, it is. He says, I go play. Amazing. I really, I don't know what else to say other than amazing. That is what you have to say. The obs are like, what? You know, a very, very ballsy move by Lucifer, playing double hero, playing overtime. There is quite a few resources here, and Lucifer cannot pass those resources from Nicker's. These resources are stuck on Nicker. You cannot pass them to Lucifer because of the way it works. If a player leaves, all you can do is give resources to them. You cannot take from them. And I don't think you can even buy items with those resources. As you can see, this gold mine has been finished off by Nicker's army, or Nicker's expansion at that point. And so Nicker's, I don't know what Lucifer's gonna do. He can't feed himself. All he can do is really make dryads at this point. Lucifer's army, Lucifer himself doesn't actually have enough money to make an acolyte. Well, I guess he has enough money to make an acolyte, but I mean, like, to make a gold mine. So Lucifer's just gonna have to do this fight, and he did, of course, choose to go on. So if he loses this game, that I don't know what to say. But this is I'm very impressed by this so far. I'm very impressed by Lucifer. Here we do see this fight going off immediately. Lots of damage going off on that Demon Hunter that's level 6. Is it going to die? The Blade Master coming in, getting an ult as well. The Blade Master from level 6, Blade Master from Daxi goes down. Nicker's level 6 Demon Hunter is now level 6 Metamorphosis, and we do see the Blade Master over here that's level 7 using his ultimate and running away and chasing off this Priestess of the Moon. We do see Death Knight going very low, and here we do see could be the death of this Blade Master. In fact, it might just be. I'm not sure he's going to walk away. Doesn't have enough mana really to do anything if he comes back in. And we do see the Shadow Hunter also taking a ton of damage. The Shadow Hunter goes down. Here's level 7 on this Death Knight. Here we see Lucifer still microing like a crazy man, just running away with this Death Knight. Is he going to be able to keep it alive? It looks like it's going to be able to stay alive against these Dryads. Not really doing a whole lot of damage. He does go ahead and coil the Blade Master. He kills the Blade Master. This is Daxi's last hope. The Death Knight goes down, but this is the Sea Witch going down as well. This is a very impressive game, and I think Lucifer just won a 1v2 fight. I mean, let's see, this is Daxi's gold mine. This is also Daxi's gold mine. They do still have two games, two gold mines. They could come back potentially in theory, but they don't have any units really to do anything with. It would just be heroes, and I mean, also we do see, I don't know what to say. It looks to me like they just lost everything. Daxi and 9527 lost everything, and this is still Lucifer and Nicker's army. We're also going to be able to see at some point the Death Knight. I don't think the Death Knight can come back into this game, however, because again, he cannot pass resources from Nicker to him. But we do see these Dryads. It looks like they're not on the right on the right queen onto the right hero. But this is a very powerful level 6 Demon Hunter as well, and there's no burrows for this orc, so he doesn't have any units yet. He could, in theory, revive one of his heroes, though, given that he does have enough food at this point. But the real issue is going to be Daxi's gold mines, and as you can see, Daxi's gold mines, enough resources maybe to tavern revive one hero, but he's going for the altar revives here, and actually GG is called. So that's a good game, and wow. All right. Well, Nicker dropped. Lucifer said, "You know what? I'm Lucifer, and I'm just gonna win the game." So, very, very impressive. Very impressive. That was very, very impressive. I'm a little bit lost for words. was expecting that would have been a load save or something, but in fact it wasn't. It was just Lucifer being a boss. So great games. That is 2-0 for Lucifer and Nicker against Daxi and 9527. Very close, very good games. I definitely enjoyed casting the 2v2s. Both of them very long, so a little bit stressful to cast, but hopefully I didn't miss too much. And so again, always feel free to leave some feedback. If there's anything I've done that is annoying, wrong, or whatever, feel free to let me know, and I will read it, and I will do my best to correct that behavior. So, but yeah, I just want to say thanks for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you next time.